2004. Even in its first season, it dominated its time slot and was especially popular with viewers aged 18 to 49. This was a big deal for a Friday night show, which is usually a hard slot to succeed in. Over 6 seasons, the show kept strong ratings, averaging over 8 million viewers per episode. That's why it shocked.
Good evening, folks. This is Reverend Ordo again. It seems that YouTube once again took down my content, and I knew it would. So no hard feelings. Now, the thing is, I feel like there are so much problems with. I didn't talk about anything medical at all. Nothing medical. And this is the exact kind of shit that YouTube would do. I was watching Richie from Boston. Richie from Boston. So we're gonna play this here.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 18th. It's December. It's 2024.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the 17th. My bad. It was early in the morning. And here we go again. It's amazing to me how many quote-unquote truthers are completely blind or smoking heavily on the opium pipe. Because a channel that I followed for a long time, they've been around as long as I have, maybe actually not quite that long, but whatever. End Times Productions. Last night he put out a video saying he's blowing the lid off this entire drone thing.
All right, everybody, I just stumbled across something major, and it might just blow the lid off of this entire New Jersey drone mystery.
Really?
Buried deep in the records of the United States Nuclear Regulation Commission, there is a report that nobody seems to be talking about. It's dated December 13th, 2024, just a few days ago. And what it says, well, this is the kind of thing that makes you sit up straight and start asking questions they don't want you to ask. So here's the deal. On December 2nd, 2024, a GE68 pin source, basically a small but significant amount of radioactive material, went missing in transit. This wasn't a paperwork error, folks. The report says that the container was meant for safe disposal. It arrived at its destination.
But here's the thing, though. Here's one thing that YouTube didn't quite understand. I mentioned this morning, that this young guy, says, I'm gonna blow the list off. Said that the drones came around December 2nd. No. Today is December 22nd, okay? November 18th was the day, a month and 4 days ago, that the drone started to really come around. So, but I mentioned about the container. I was doing some research myself. I wasn't jumping the gun. I did a little bit, but not enough to get some backlash, There were throwing things around as it was a medical device, something medical, something towards the maybe a radioactive material. But I didn't jump the gun. I just reported what I read and heard, and even from a mayor from New Jersey was saying it too. But the thing is, even that bastard was also clickbaiting. So YouTube has been known to take down content without realizing. Sometimes it's not a medical anything medical, or anything misinformation, It's just YouTube. It's like Facebook. They have their own fact checkers and shit, which is based on only emotion, not facts. All emotion, all bullshit. Okay, now, they took down a 2 hour plus video. And got an email saying that the content was taken down because it may have violated community medical misinformation policy. The thing is, I like my viewers to think for themselves instead of being told that, oh, you're watching content that could be that. Oh, I got to put on my VPN here. That it may violate the medical misinformation policy. It was nothing medical about it. Nothing medical. There was nothing medical about the content. Nothing. Not whatsoever. This is what bugs me. YouTube, like TikTok, they jumped the gun themselves. The ones that do the misinformation are clickbaiters on social media, the mainstream secular media, and DC politician with the three-piece suit and gold tooth. Now, any sane person would do the research, without even jumping to conclusions. I think that there's issues because a lot of issues that there are. I also been watching a lot of off-grid desert cooking news. Now this one is from the Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. This is the breaking news. Tom Horn, the asteroid offices will hit the Earth in 2029. Okay, this one this one here is also 11 hours ago. This is the emergency. Okay. Think. Is a fake alien invasion and a false evolving radiation is upon us. This is 11 hours ago.
Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. This is December the 21st, 2024. I want to welcome you to our broadcast tonight. If this is your first time here to our channel, please make sure that you are subscribed to our channel so you won't miss any of our breaking news. So many things have been going on in the world. It is a madhouse. It is totally crazy, the events that we are seeing transpire on a daily basis in front of our very eyes. So we're going to talk about mainly tonight, we're going to cover a lot of subjects, but we're going to start off the program tonight talking about these drones over New Jersey, New York City, other places around the world, other states. What are these drones? What is their intent? And what is going to happen? So we've been collecting data points the last 2 weeks. That's what we've been.
Just in case, go to check out Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian on YouTube. YouTube Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian.
Been doing on our channel. There's a lot of information that has just came out in the last couple weeks. We have different data points. Some of that information is misdirection by the authorities, which are going to be pulling off this event. And I want to direct you to this interview that was broadcast on Redacted News. Now, you can say all day long that this guy is full of BS. The gentleman that you're looking at, his name is John D'Souza. He is an ex-FBI agent. He worked for the U.S. government. And he's going to explain to you what they're about to do or attempt to do. This was a really, really good interview on Redacted News. You can type in Redacted on YouTube. They have over 2 million subscribers.
Rumble.
Clayton Morris. They do breaking news, folks, just like I do. But he's got a whole team behind him. He's got producers. He's got a huge studio. I'm just a guy with a laptop. So I cannot compete with Redacted News, but I think our news is just as good as Redacted News. So Clayton Morris interviewed this ex-FBI agent, John D'Souza, again, and he had him on his channel a year ago. And this gentleman, John D'Souza, he predicted what is happening right now. Actually, he wrote a book many years ago, and a lot of what is in his book is now happening. So you've got to understand that you've got to take all the data points that are coming in. And there are many theories. What is happening? Are these drones alien spacecraft from another planet? Are these drones made by the U.S. military, by our military industrial complex? Are these drones made by Russia or China? Is there a loose nuclear bomb in New Jersey? Is the medical waste giving off radiation? What kind of false flag attack are they attempting to?
About the waste, it could be that as well. Richie from Boston talked about he let's see here. Hey. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey. Let's see here. Now this is from Richie from Boston here. This is he was talking about he's mentioning this is let me see here. Now I talked about Gene Helm. He
safe disposal. It arrived at its destination, damaged and.
He was Richie from Boston was talking about Gene Helm, and also that Gene Helm 2.0 AI is now sentient. AI stands for artificial intelligence, which is now sentient. and he was showing a drone that crashed into a tree, and it was a video by somebody that he came across, and there was the drone had repulsion technology, because usually when you see a drone that has the propellers and it goes up, but these have two motors. This thing had two motors, and it was a pulse to the left technology, and so they're trying to push a fake alien invasion. What here? FBI guy here. Let's see here. Let's look.
Do right now. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of conjecture. There's a lot of theories of what is really going on. But if you take all of the data points, and if you take all of the information coming in on multiple sources, not just one source, folks, you have to take 20 or 30 different data points that has been broadcast on the news media. What we are about to see is going to be another 9/11 style event. 9/11, if you remember, if you were even born during 9/11, which happened in 2001, when the supposedly terrorist crashed commercial airliners into the World Trade Center, and supposedly also in the Pentagon. What happened after 9/11 under George W. Bush was called the War on Terror. George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, who was the vice president at the time, they declared what they called the War on Terror, which was an
Yeah, but the whole thing there is that Dick Cheney ran the whole fucking thing, not W.
never-ending war on a fictional terrorist, that anybody could be a terrorist, according to the War on Terror. That they passed the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
Within weeks after 9/11 happened. Actually, folks, that Patriot Act, that 2,000-page bill, was already made and printed. It was made and it was printed before 9/11 even happened. So 9/11 was an inside job by our own government. We brought those buildings down. We brought building number 7 down. The Pentagon was not hit with an airplane, but was a Navy cruise missile. They have actual video. We showed you some of that video footage from security cameras on the ground. It was a white Navy cruise missile that was launched at the Pentagon. We have the video, folks. We have multiple angles of that cruise missile making the hole in the Pentagon. It wasn't an airplane. The United States government brought those World Trade Center towers down to start the War on Terror. And for the next...
And that war nearly 24 years. Nearly for 24 years. But there's a lot of red flags. A lot of red flags prior to what happened. And 2,900 plus people lost their lives. So I mean, could we see another 9/11? I mean, could we see another emergency alert, fake alien invasion, false flag in play, lockdowns coming soon, martial law maybe? I don't know.
Next 20 years, anybody was considered a terrorist. That they instituted all of these policies at the airport that had body cavity searches. They searched everybody at the airport with metal detectors. They took some people in the back room and they strip searched them, body cavity searches. They x-rayed people. You had to stand in front of an x-ray screen with the TSA. Remember that, folks? It's still going on. The war on terror. Our government did that. That anytime they want to take away more freedoms from you, they have to create a situation that scares the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
And this, what you are about to witness, is going to be another 9/11 type event. It will be a war against an invisible enemy, just like the war on terror was in 2001. That's what they're going to do.
The elites need their boogeyman, so they need their boogeyman. So chill out. Every government is on this planet that every government wants to have their boogie. Every government wants to have their boogeyman to be the villain. Yeah. And they're gonna come up with something, and they're gonna come up with some kind of boogeyman, or for a false flag or something like that,
And unfortunately, Donald Trump is in on this also. It is all connected together. That these drones that you are seeing, they are not alien spacecraft. They were made by our defense contractors, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon,
Northrop.
All of these defense contractors has basically captured alien technology. And folks, there is, whether you want to call them demons, whether you want to call them aliens, demons or aliens, they have down some of these spacecraft from supposedly creatures that inhabit another solar system. The technology. That's why during the last 50 years, after World War II, when we went from propeller airplanes to jet airplanes to computers to cell phones,
jet propulsion,
to high-speed internet cables, to Kevlar bulletproof vest, to jets, to rockets. Where do you think all of this technology came from? It came right after the Roswell incident, and
no, the thing is, Werner von Braun, who was a Nazi scientist, who was wanted to build rockets, and he helped build the V2 rocket during World War II, V2 rockets, and so NASA picked him up. He was the guy that founded NASA, helped find NASA, to create NASA. And with V2 rocket technology, he helped create a system where they go up to space and shit. There's a lot of story about Werner von Braun. He was a Nazi scientist who founded NASA. Helped create NASA. Because there was a space race in the 50s between Russia and the United States. Big old space race and shit, Russia got to space first before we did. And that pissed off a lot of people in D.C. So they're all pissed off that Russia was first in space, which is true. That they were. They were the first ones in space, and so yeah, Wernher von Braun created the V2 rockets. And on his deathbed, he tried to warn somebody. He tried to do a deathbed confession. This was like in the late mid 70s, I guess, somewhere like mid 70s, because he was sick, he was dying, and he said, "You gotta stop this. This is the whole alien thing is being used to manipulate the whole entire thing, the whole system." And right now I'm watching Off-Grid Desert News with Paul and Adrian. It's 10:19 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And here we go.
Roswell, New Mexico, folks, in 1947. When the initial report was that a UFO crashed, and then the government changed it, it said it was a balloon. A balloon crashed. And there has been a cover-up ever since. But after that incident in 1947, technology in the world exploded. All of a sudden, we had new inventions. Where did they come from? Where did the computer chip come from? Where did the technology for jet airplanes or TVs or cell phones or internet or the Kevlar bulletproof vest and the Kevlar bulletproof army helmets? Where did the new connections, the internet cables that uses light for information, where did that come from, folks? Well, you can say some smart guy invented it, but I think that they took apart these alien craft that they downed and they copied, reverse engineered their technology. If you really think about it, folks, you have to go back thousands of years.
Well, not just that, too. You got to look at lithium. Lithium can be used to create battery. Not everything is alien. Nothing is always going to be alien tech re-engineered. It's mainly just someone has it in mind. Didn't need an alien tech to build this, because lithium you can find everywhere on this planet. You can find it in Afghanistan. You can find it in Asheville, North Carolina. You can find cobalt too. Cobalt, lithium. You know. And that's why countries like France and U.S., UK, they go to Africa and other parts of the continent, and like the Congo, and they go and they hire these warlords to bring in people to dig up diamonds. You know. The diamonds are worth like fucking thousands of dollars, you know. One good chunk of diamond is worth thousands of dollars, maybe even more, you know. The gold rush during the 1800s, you know. If you found a good sized chunk of gold, that's about $6,000 right there. $7,000 on that one big chunk of gold there, you know. Maybe about $5,000 in gold right there at the time. Equivalent to, say, $90,000 in today's or $100,000 in today's money. But fake alien invasion, false flag in play, lockdowns coming, soon martial law, maybe? I don't know. Hope not, but
thousands of years of known history in the world, that until the early 1900s, you have to realize for thousands, 6,000, 7,000 years, however long that you think mankind has been on this earth, up until the late 1800s or early 1900s, just about 120 years ago, people only had horse and buggy. Horse and buggy and trains. There were no automobiles, folks. There were no automobiles. I believe maybe the first automobile they started maybe in the late 1800s. I'm not really sure on that. But until the early 1900s, late 1800s, the mode of transportation around the world was either you get on a boat to go to Europe, you get on a boat, or you get on a train, or you get on horseback. Horseback or horse and buggy. That's the way people got around. If you wanted to go to Europe, you got on a boat. You didn't get on an airplane. There wasn't any airplanes. Orville and Wilbur Wright were the ones credited for inventing the airplane. But before that, folks, there was not airplanes. There was not jet engines. There was not rockets. None of that technology had been developed yet.
mostly by trains and ships.
So up until the late 1800s, the early 1900s, technology started to explode around the world. You had Thomas Edison that invented the light bulb. You had other inventors like Nikola Tesla.
Technically, it wasn't Edison that did the light bulb. That's bullshit.
Tesla that invented the
That's like someone said, well, Alexander Graham Bell created the telephone. Bullshit. The telephone was invented by an Italian guy. They stole his patent and they gave it to Alexander Graham Bell. Because Alexander Graham Bell was a fraud. He's like the Bill Gates of that time. He didn't invent shit.
generating system. You had other inventions, but after 1947, that's when most of the key technological breakthroughs started happening around the world. Right after that, right after World War II, that we went from propeller-driven airplanes to jet engines. And during the 1960s, they developed the Saturn rocket to go to the moon, or not to go to the moon, however you want to discuss that.
It was Werner von Braun that invented the rocket. The V2 rocket was his platform, his stepping stone for further technology along the way towards NASA. Because after 47, that cover-up, there was multiple siding between 47 and 65. 65 was the Kecksburg shit by the military, because there was a sighting of a UFO. Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, 1965. And then 1997, which was a real laughing stock in Arizona, because the governor of Arizona says, "We got him, we got him." Here comes an alien, but it was one of his staff members who's a bigger fucking moron. wearing an alien costume. He's cuffed. We got him. We got him. They all brought him in. The governor was a laughingstock. It costed him his re-election. He lost. You know. So then the military said, "Well, no, he didn't see lights. He saw flares." Flare this, Major Numbnuts. Really? It was lights. People all over Arizona saw lights. It was in the fucking sky. People were looking up, but not at a goddamn flare. No, a flare would go. Flares don't stay up. Flares are, once they're fired up in the air, they go. These were lights. Okay, these were lights. Okay, these were fucking lights. Okay, so don't believe what the military tell you when it comes to alien shit, because whew, you saw a flare. Who, Ric Flair? No. Flair. See, that right there was a laughingstock there in 97. 97. And I was like, you guys are dumb. You guys are fucking stupid. You guys are absolutely fucking stupid, dude. Like, just straight up fucking dumb, dude, you know. So I'm laughing. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots, man, because people know what they saw. People know what they saw in Arizona. Because Arizona is where Area 51 is. Area 51 is Groom Lake, a dried up lake. They build around on that lot. And they've been building ever since. So, people saw a crap. And this was like 5, 6, about almost 10 miles wide, man. I tell you, a giant, like, I mean, dude, people know what they saw. But here, well, it was a flare you saw. We don't have UFOs. We have flares. We'll give you a flare. Flare these nuts, Major Numbnut. Flare these nuts. Now, if we have this fake alien invasion, I ain't gonna buy it. I ain't gonna, you know. No, I was gonna sit there, have my bottle of water kicked back, and just like, wow, it looks like aliens. Do you think they brought Whoppers? Because I'm getting hungry. Because that's all it is. They're going to create this. They're going to create this fake alien invasion, this false flag shit. I mean, they're trying to bring, because, for example, our Governor Newsom, that fucking cuck, that political cuck, we're going to be put in a state of emergency. Because one guy in Louisiana got the bird flu. Got the bird flu, right? One guy in Louisiana got the bird flu. Does anyone see any dead birds around? No. That's unless you see critters eating birds. Okay? Eating birds, you know. So Governor Cuckless in California, you know him, 3-piece suit, gold tooth fixed smile, goes to one of those used golf weekend at a third-rate country club. Yeah, that's Newsom. Because of one guy got the bird flu.
We're not really going to talk about whether it happened or not, but they invented that rocket called the Saturn V rocket that supposedly lifted people into space and went to the moon multiple times. And then we have all of the other technology that has invented: cell phones, computers, telephones, the internet. Where did that come from? Did the human race all of a sudden just get really, really smart after 6,000 years? All of a sudden, within a 50-year period.
Technically, in reality, the GPS was created by an actress during World War II.
The human race just exploded with IQ geniuses of 180 or 200 IQs all of a sudden just in the last 70, 80 years. From the dawn of humanity, the last 80 years that's when most of this technology has been delivered to the world. Where did it come from? So according to multiple data points from this gentleman that you're looking at on your screen right now, this ex-FBI agent, he is on Redacted News. We will drop the link. Let me see if I can drop the link for you. Please watch this video, folks. It is very, very informative. We also played another video of Stephen Greer on our Redacted channel. I'm sorry, on our...
Stephen Greer is the Nazi, the doctor that... he's the doctor of ufology. He's another John Lair. The Learjet guy's son. He has multiple licenses to fly all different planes across the globe and whatnot. So,
Rumble channel. So let me type this in. So you can go and watch that video. But you need to watch the video. This guy's going to explain everything that is happening, what their intentions are. But we also have confirmation from Stephen Greer about the UFO situation. That these UFOs over New Jersey, New York City, and other places in the world, they are manufactured by the deep state, by the cabal, the people that rule the world. They want to stage a fake alien invasion where they can pass more draconian laws. They want to lock you down, martial law. This will be their push to install their one world government, to have the entire world come together to fight the aliens that nobody can see. Just like on the War on Terror in 2001, where it was an unseen...
It's really kind of funny how the whole War on Terror was used. Okay, now we're told Osama Hussein has a weapon of mass destruction. So when the UN people went in there to check, found nothing. Oh, no, look, keep looking. They're over there. They're there. Now, I'm watching this years ago, over 20 years ago, like everybody else. And we're all thinking the same thing. Bullshit. You know, and the whole 9/11 thing is like, because the planes, the jet fuel was 4/5 kerosene. And to actually weaken the beams would have to be higher than 11,000 degrees to weaken it, If that didn't work, what was the backup plan? Plan B. Nanothermite. It could eat through steel like a hot knife through fucking butter. Okay? Tower 7. It didn't get hit. Never got hit. Oh, it was by fire. Fire did it. No, not the fire did it. Fire cools after a while. You could ask any demolition guy, any firefighter, any engineer, you name it, 1,500 plus, will say, fire will start to cool down after a while. Okay? Fire will start to cool down after a while. To keep it going, you need to add more kindling to like wood and whatnot to the fire. No, the fire in Tower 7, it was cooling down. It was cooling down. So Larry Silverstein admitted about Tower 7. He said, pull it. So they pulled it. He admitted to say pull on Tower 7. It was a controlled demolition. That's what it was. Controlled demolition. Any engineer, from a firefighter to a demolition expert, architect, you name it, man. You name it, dude. Tower 7 wasn't hit. They just took it down. They demoed it like they did the Sands Hotel in Vegas, man. I mean, you all know what happened to the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas, right? Think about that shit, man. And so you think about, okay, well, why did we really go into Iraq? Really? The real reason? To take down Saddam Hussein. Why? Here's the real reason why they took down him. Took it down. Because Saddam Hussein was selling his oil in euros. That pissed off DC bad. It pissed off the DC elites very fucking bad. Because Saddam Hussein was selling his oil in euros. Not dollar, euros. So Saddam was making bank in euros, not dollar. And the real reason why they took out Gaddafi was the golden dinar. He was going to unify all of Africa with the golden dinar to get all of Africa, the whole continent, on the same economic playing field as everybody else. While we had control of upper West Africa, we had control over that west part of Africa. So NATO, France, and some of the rebels that we trained, that we trained over there, took out Gaddafi and ended his life right there, in their hands. Same kind of trained rebels you see in Syria. Those are our trained rebels. CIA trained those guys. CIA trained those guys in Syria. Every rebel in the Middle East, the CIA trained them. They trained them. Those are CIA trained rebels in Libya and Syria. Oh yeah.
An enemy. Anybody could be a terrorist, according to the George W. Bush administration. Anybody could be a terrorist. That's why they had to pat you down. You couldn't get on an airplane without taking your shoes off, or having a body cavity search, or going through an X-ray machine. Anybody could be a terrorist, even a grandmother, even somebody in a wheelchair. Remember that? People in wheelchairs, where they took them in a back room and stripped them down naked look for a bomb? Remember that, folks?
They had this guy in a wheelchair, and he had he had legs, but they're artificial. And so they right then and there, in front of everybody, they took his leg off and they checked it. Nothing. The guy's a World War II vet. They embarrassed the guy. And but if you take it to court, they'll say, well, it was due to national security. Really? National security, right? Oh my God. National security. What the fuck?
This is going to be another 9/11 style false flag attack. According to this man right here, these drones are going to release radiation across multiple states. Now, we've been talking about this, that there's a lot of news that has been coming out, a lot of disinformation. One was that they lost a bunch of medical radiation devices, used medical probes that they use in medical treatments that have radiation in them.
I mentioned that earlier this morning during a 2-hour video, and I got an email earlier saying that my content that I did earlier this morning, it was a 2-hour, 20-minute video, and the reason your content violated the medical misinformation policy. There was nothing medical to do with my content.
Was one theory. Another was that there was a loose nuclear warhead from Ukraine that was smuggled in. And we covered all of these different stories. But according to this man, and according to Stephen Greer and other people that know, this has been planned for a very, very long time. A fake alien invasion to bring the entire world together with a common enemy. A common enemy they're going to call the aliens. That the whole world will stop what they're doing and come together and build up their military to fight this.
Who's the boogeyman? Marvin Martian?
Unseen enemy that flies around in drones, releasing radiation on the population. According to this man, they're going to lock down cities. They're going to install martial law. And they're going to do it before Donald Trump is sworn in. So in the next 29 days, 30 days, according to this gentleman here. This is not according to me, folks, so don't blame me if it doesn't happen.
No.
We are reporting the news. According to him, the guy that you're looking at on your screen, John D'Souza, this ex-FBI agent, he's saying that they're going to try to do this before the inauguration of Trump, or maybe during the inauguration. That they're going to stage this fake alien invasion around the world. They're going to kill a lot of people. These drones or whatever are going to release radiation, which will make people sick. All to...
Half the time, ex-feds, they only tell you half. Half truths, half bullshit.
Coalesce the entire world to come together to fight this unseen enemy. But these craft, these drones, are not alien spacecraft. They are made by our defense contractors and other defense contractors ran by the puppet masters, the Illuminati, the Cabal, whatever you want to call them, using the black budget money.
Raytheon, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and our military guys, and our military / CIA guys, you know.
That's what's about to happen, according to this man, according to Stephen Greer, and according to a whole lot of other information. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have been watching Canadian Prepper, but about a week ago, the U.S. government solicited him to provide the government with 200,000 doses of radiation medication. It's called potassium iodine. Potassium iodine will protect your thyroid from exposure to radiation, so you will not get cancer, and your hair will not fall out, and your skin will not peel off your body. But they're going to do another 9/11, according to this gentleman here, that there will be radiation released in multiple cities. People will get radiation sickness. Their hair will fall out. Many will die. And they're doing this to scare the hell out of the world's population, like they did during the COVID crisis. But this will be much greater. The new 9/11 is upon us. And according to this gentleman, they want to do it before Trump is sworn in because they want to prevent him from taking the presidency. But I believe that Donald Trump is in on this. Now, John Kirby, which is a spokesman for the Pentagon, he said these drones and orbs pose no threat to the human population. He said, do not shoot at these drones because they are flying legally. They're flying legally.
Yeah, tell that to every person in Texas, Oklahoma, Appalachian, Kentucky, Georgia. I mean, look, you have NRA members in Texas, throughout the Midwest, the Carolinas, the Appalachians, Kentucky, Missouri, all the guys there. They're not going to give a shit. They're going to shoot a drone down. And they're going to need a warning. They're going to shoot them down no matter what, dude, you know. No bullshit.
And you have to wonder why our Air Force and why our military has not shot these drones down. Folks, we have the capability.
Tell you why, because most of them are flying them anyway. Most of them are completely military controlled anyway. You know. And like unmanned drones, you see it in the Middle East, right? Or anywhere else. And some guy in his 20s, zits and shit, acne, think he's playing GTA. I mean, we all seen that episode on Beavis and Butthead. We all know what happened, you know. Holy crap, you know. It's just that these unmanned flying, these military grade unmanned flying drones have weaponry, you know, mostly missiles, you know, and their capacity is only 4. They only carry 4.
To shoot these drones down. The reason why we haven't is because our government is in on this new fake false flag attack using some kind of radiation, some kind of radiological device, whether it be spent fuel rods from nuclear reactors, medical waste, or some other kind of radiation that they're going to release. Yeah. And then they're going to claim that the aliens are attacking us. And then they're going to declare lockdowns. People sheltering.
Oh, yes. Martian broke into a container in New Jersey to steal radio waste. I got a laser. Boom shakalaka.
Place. You have to have a radiation suit to go out. You won't be able to leave your home.
Okay, I got 2 viewers here. What you guys thoughts? I got 2 viewers here. I want to hear from you guys. Any thoughts? Anything? You too? Give time. Give time. Give time.
They're going to declare martial law. They're going to suspend the Constitution, and FEMA and NORAD will be in charge. That's what they're planning, according to this man here, not me. All I'm doing is compiling the information for you. That's all I'm doing. I'm compiling all of these data points. I did not make these predictions. These predictions are made by this man, Stephen Greer, and other people. And you have to put the dots, you have to connect the dots together.
Yeah.
Whether this is going to be a false flag and being blamed on Russia, that's another theory to get us into a nuclear war, folks. We really don't know until it happens. But something is about to happen before January 20th. According to this man, according to Stephen Greer, according to a lot of people that know. You have to go all the way back to after World War II. I'm going to take you back and give you a history lesson. After World War II, the United States government, we brought over thousands of former Nazis into our country under Operation Paperclip. They were brought in,
including Vernon von Braun, the godfather of the V2 rocket, that helped create another rocket to shoot an astronaut into outer space.
After the United States and Europe defeated Adolf Hitler, Operation Paperclip, you can look it up. One of those gentlemen was Werner von Braun.
Oh.
He was a German rocket scientist that was the head of NASA. Werner von Braun helped develop the Saturn V rocket that went to the moon. And before he died, he said that the people that control the world are going to stage an alien invasion. That is their Trump card. Unite the world together.
Yeah.
So they can institute their new world ORDER and the one world government. They're going to fake an alien invasion, blame it on aliens, and they're going to unite the entire world together under this fake alien invasion. This was Werner von Braun. We also have...
I'll let you guys know we're about an hour and 3 minutes in. Check out Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. Also check out Richie from Boston here on Rumble and YouTube.
Other very, very important people making the same claims 20 or 30 years ago. Project Bluebeam, Project Skybeam, whatever you want to call it. There's many code names for this operation by the deep state, the cabal, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, the World Economic Forum, whatever you want to label them as. It's the people that control the world, the 1%.
International Monetary Fund.
That right before Jesus Christ comes back, they're going to stage an alien invasion, a fake alien invasion. And according to this man, John D'Souza,
the ones that do the misinformation is the mainstream secular media, DC politics, clickbaiters on the internet. And
are we still on? Let me see. We got cut off here. So according to the information, they're going to do this before Trump is sworn in. So let me go ahead and see if I can drop the link for you guys. I want to see if I can. I'm going to drop the link to Redacted News so you can go watch that video. But we posted a video from Stephen Greer, which has government contacts for the last 30 years, that is a whistleblower trying to tell the world what is happening. So I'm dropping the link to the Redacted interview here. But I do want to give you some information that you need to go ahead and do. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to show you something that you guys need to buy. It's called a radiation detector.
I have a feeling that Stephen Greer is going to be the next target to be hit. I think he's the next one. I think he's the next whistleblower. I think he's the next whistleblower to be hit. I think he'll be hit with either with a resin, little ball shot, heart attack gun. They used it on Andrew Breitbart 12 years ago. I was surprised they didn't take out Chelsea Manning right there and lock up, because I mean they could easily take her out like that, you know. But they couldn't, because if they did, it'll be a huge backlash, because Chelsea Manning is a member of the LGBT, and if the military took her out because of what she did, it'll be a huge global backlash. Huge. I mean, like, just fucking huge, man. I'm also surprised they didn't take out Julian Assange. But the thing is, if they did that, it would violate the Geneva Convention. It would violate international law. You know. So it's, you know, it'll be bad. Very, very bad, you know.
I'm going to take you to Amazon.com, and I'm going to show you a very good radiation detector that you need to buy for your family, so you will know what's going on in your area. This is a Geiger counter.
It is a GMC 500 plus Geiger counter, nuclear radiation detector monitor, decimeter white for $148 on Amazon.
This is a GMC 500 plus Geiger counter nuclear radiation detector monitoring dosimeter. It's $148. It works very well. I have one of these. But every family needs a radiation detector. All you got to do is turn it on, folks, and it does the rest. If there is radiation in your area, it will tell you. And it will alert you if it's dangerous radiation. So you can go inside or put...
Just in case you guys are browsing on a browser, make sure you have a VPN on.
Put your gas mask on. So I highly recommend this Geiger counter radiation detector from Amazon.com. I do not work for Amazon, but I'm trying to help you out. You still have time to go online and purchase this radiation detector. GQ GMC 500 plus Geiger counter nuclear radiation detector monitor. So you might want to take a screenshot of this with your phone, or you can come back to this video.
Screenshot.
You do need some kind of radiation nuclear detector for your family, because this is a real possibility that something's going to happen within the next 30 days. So let me also I want to show you something else here.
Potassium iodine.
Now, you also need to buy yourself some potassium iodine tablets. Now, this will protect your body from radiation from dying. If there is a massive radiation exposure or leak in your area, potassium iodine will protect your thyroid gland and prevent you from getting cancer or killing you. There is a lot of different potassium iodine tablets you can buy. They're not very expensive.
There's some for $13.99, $15.99, $19.99, and also $34.99.
$13, $15, $19. You get 3 bottles for $34. There's many, many different potassium iodine supplements. Now, this ThyroSafe, this is the brand that the U.S. government wanted Canadian Prepper to sell him 200,000. They wanted Canadian Prepper to sell 200,000 of this ThyroSafe to the U.S. government within 2 weeks, folks. So something is going down very quickly. But like
within
I said,
2 weeks,
there's plenty of
potassium
iodine supplements that you can buy from Amazon.com. Just go on, but type in potassium iodine, and you will see all of the different brands. It is very important that you purchase potassium iodine for your thyroid and every member of your family, and also a Geiger counter. Well, what if you're allergic to iodine? Well, you don't take it unless you're going to die. If there's a massive radiation release in your area, well, you're going to die of radiation sickness. So you only take this if you detect a massive dose of radiation has been released in the atmosphere. You don't take it every day like a vitamin pill, folks. This is emergency only. This is emergency medicine only. When your radiation detector is squealing, when it's going off the charts, that's when you take the potassium iodine. You don't take it like a vitamin pill.
No.
You take it as a last resort to protect your body from dying and absorbing radiation. So, I wanted to give you a heads up on the radiation detector, and that we also have information that the FAA has grounded the airspace over parts of New Jersey.
FAA temporarily bans drones in parts of New Jersey. New York adds flight restriction.
FAA temporarily bans drones in parts of New Jersey, New York, and adds flight restrictions. Thousands of people have contacted the FBI to report unusual drone activity. Authorities may use deadly force against drones posing an imminent security threat. Department of Homeland Security, no threat to public safety or national security. The FAA has imposed drone bans over parts of New Jersey and New York after weeks of reported sighting. The FAA is taking an unprecedented move of shutting down airspace to the drones over parts of New Jersey and New York. Uncrewed aerial drones have been lighting up the sky at night in New Jersey and nearby states for weeks, since about mid-November, leading to concern from residents and speculation online. Some had demanded
Mid-November, not December 2nd, like that dickhead said. Came out in November 18th, a month and 4 days ago.
answers from local and state for answers. At the request of federal security partners, the FAA published 22 temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drone flights over critical New Jersey infrastructure. The FAA said in a statement on Thursday, the temporary flight restrictions in New Jersey, which are set to last until January 17th, have been implemented beginning Wednesday in the following locations: Hamilton, Bridgewater, Cedar Grove, North Brunswick, Metuchen, Evesham, Camden, Gloucester City, West Hampton, South Brunswick. A lot of different cities are using these flight restrictions.
Yeah.
So all I can tell you, folks, is that something is going on. Please go to Redacted News. Watch that video from Redacted News, folks. You're going to learn a lot. I'm going to post it one more time in the chat.
There's Clifton, Jersey City, Bayonne, Elizabeth, Edison, Mitchin, Hamilton Township, Camden, and Hancock's Bridge.
I believe that's the video from Redacted right now. So all I can tell you, it's going to be a wild. So this is being reported all around the world, these drone sightings in multiple countries, in multiple areas. And we're going to see if this goes away or this continues to increase. If it goes away, we can...
Really? 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 No, not true. No. You're noisy.
can all have a big laugh. If it increases, well, at least you have been warned, right? At least we warned you, and these other channels warned you of what's going on.
Yeah. Gonna put this thing on the charger here.
So, I'm going to get more news. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on in the world today. We're going to talk about a few other things on our channel right now. There's multiple events happening. Hal Turner is reporting that Russia has closed the airspace over their Kaspusin Yar missile launch site.
We're done.
So we are waiting for another launch from the Oresnik medium-range hypersonic missile.
Wow.
And folks, you know, I'm sorry if I lost my temper, but I get tired of people coming on my channel, calling me fake news, calling me Chicken Little. I'm not going to tolerate that crap. I don't put up with crap on our channel. If you don't like it, then friggin' leave our channel. That's all I'm going to say. So this is breaking news coming in today. Russia closes Caspian Yar airspace, missile launches likely. Russia has closed the airspace over its Caspian Yar missile area, signaling a likely ballistic missile launch against Ukraine again. After yesterday's attack by Ukraine against Russia using U.S.-supplied HIMARS missile launch rocket systems, which struck a university, an elementary school, and a firehouse, killing at least 6 Russians and injuring a dozen others.
Whoa.
It does appear that Russia is once again going to strike Ukraine with an unstoppable Oresnik missile. Now, we haven't heard about any missile strike yet, but I did want to bring you that information.
Russia closed Caspian Yar airspace. Missile launch is likely. Whew. That's something. crazy though. Imagine that shit.
We also have information, let me get this on the screen, that the Houthi rebels in Yemen has launched a hypersonic missile against Tel Aviv. We're just going to go down the list right now and try to give you as much news as possible. Houthi hypersonic missile renders Iron Dome useless. Slams into the Tel Aviv area.
Whoa. Houthi Yemen's people thought a hypersonic missile renders Iron Dome useless, slammed into Tel Aviv area. Hypersonic shit.
Yemen's Houthi rebels launched its second hypersonic missile attack on Israel in just days, striking the Tel Aviv area early Saturday morning. The attack marked a rare instance when a hypersonic weapon overwhelmed Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, underscoring the challenge posed by these new ultra-fast missiles. Between the Yemeni armed forces regarding the implementation of a military operation targeting a military target of the Israeli enemy in the occupied Jaffa area with a hypersonic ballistic missile, the Palestine II. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Sari announced on Twitter. So this is the military spokesman for Yemen, the Houthis. They did launch a successful attack on Israel with a hypersonic weapon and hit Tel Aviv. Let's keep on going.
Have you noticed that they're wearing digital camo colored uniforms? Holy shit.
And like I said, we've got a lot of news to cover, folks. There's a lot of things going on. I'm just trying to go down the list here. So we're going to switch to Syria right now. Like I said, I'm going to try to cover as much news as possible. Pentagon admits a massive surge of U.S. troops in Syria. Washington insists it was just a coincidence that reinforcements were sent before the collapse of President Bashar al-Assad's government. Well, folks, this is just another example of the U.S. government lying to the American public.
Yeah.
That our government, our military, we helped plan the overthrow of Bashar al-Assad. In fact, we trained these terrorists to do that operation.
CIA trained rebels. It's a regime change.
And we put an extra 1,000 troops into Syria right before this Islamic invasion.
The reason they do that is so they could put in their puppet. So they could put in their puppet government.
Happened. Folks, you know what the 1,000 troops were? They were the ones that were wearing the mask leading the invasion. Just like our NATO troops do in Ukraine. That's why this HTS, if you notice, they had ski mask on. They had black ski mask on. Why did they have black ski mask on? Because they didn't want to show their face. Because I believe a lot of these troops were American Special Forces. Leading the...
That's like in 2012, they had the Blackwater guys dressed like Russians in Ukraine. Sniping people in Ukraine.
Charge to overthrow Assad. That we train these terrorists, we equip them, we give them money, and then we activate them. The United States has revealed that it has more than doubled its military presence in Syria, with a Pentagon spokesperson saying that he just recently learned that there were, in fact, roughly 2,000 American forces deployed in the country rather than the 900 troops as previously reported.
I thought usually they send in the CIA advisors training rebels and shit. What the fuck?
years, the Pentagon had maintained that about 900 U.S. troops were stationed in the country, and officials continued to repeat this figure even after the overthrow of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad on December the 8th. However, during a press conference on Thursday, Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder said that we recently learned that those numbers are higher. How did the Pentagon not know, folks? You work for the Pentagon and you didn't even know how many troops were in Syria? Can't you even lie better than that? Given the difference in what we've been briefing and what the actual number is, I just felt that it was important to get you that information.
That's kind of ironic, because our own government has been doing regime changes for decades and shit.
The U.S. military has been active in Syria since as early as 2014, ostensibly to fight the Islamic State. Well, folks, we created the Islamic State.
It's a global street theater. Global street theater. Pretending to fight the bad guy when our own government helped create the bad guy. Create the boogeyman.
And we even provided the HTS with air cover when they were invading. This guy right here. This guy right here, folks, which was a wanted terrorist with a $10 million bounty on his head. He is former Al-Qaeda, former ISIS, and now the United States government is embracing this terrorist like he's Bozo the Clown or something.
He's a former Al-Qaeda, former ISIS operative. Now it'd be low. Yeah, they want their boy back. Come on, Sammy. Fuck the guy.
Tracing a known terrorist with a $10 million bounty on his head, and now he's a good guy.
And now that $10 million bounty, good luck on that, collecting it.
Why is he a good guy? Because he got rid of Bashar al-Assad, which was not a terrorist. But
the reason they removed al-Assad is because they needed a puppet government, just like they did with Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. They're trying to destabilize the entire region of the Middle East. They've been planning this for over 20 years, man. Shit.
This is the new puppet that we have installed in Syria. The United States government has installed another puppet in another country that we can control because we train this guy and we pay his salary. This is our new puppet. Just like Zelensky is America's puppet in Ukraine, well, this is America's puppet in Syria right now. He was a terrorist with a $10 million bounty on his head. And guess what?
Well, guess what? Good luck on collecting that shit.
Guess what? All of a sudden, the United States dropped the $10 million bounty. Can you believe it? Syrian leader with $10 million bounty on his head meets with a delegation from the country that put the $10 million bounty on his head. They're called...
And this is from the zerohedge.com.
And they're talking about us, our country. On Friday, for the first time, top Biden administration envoys met with Abu Muhammad al-Jalani in Damascus. Ironically, the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or the HTS leader, who had been reverted to going by his birth name, Ahmad al-Shari, is wanted by the FBI for terrorism and still has a $10 million bounty on his head. But that did not stop Barbara A. Leaf, Assistant Secretary of State for Near Eastern Affairs, and a Biden administration delegation from meeting with the HTS leader in Damascus.
Yeah, I mean, that bounty, it was not really a bounty. It's more like a payment to the guy for doing you did a good job for your country, son. I am not from your country. I am from my home. Where a lot of you have arthritis to grow your puppy for your healing, so you can have your drugs and get you all high as fuck. That bounty was no more than a damn payment, dude. That's all it was. No more than a fucking payment. So the bounty he has is a payment, not a bounty, a payment. $10 million for, you did a good job for us. Here's the $10 million we had on your head, but we're going to give it to you instead. Assholes.
Where they discuss sanctions, the thorny issue of the $10 million reward, and locating missing U.S. citizens in Syria. So here is the terrorist right here with a $10 million bounty on his head, and here is the American government right here embracing the terrorist.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this right there. I'm gonna get tired of hearing this shit. You know, it's just the inmates are running the fucking asylum, guys. Man, like what the fuck, dude? You know, they're running the fucking asylum, and they're paying this guy. They're basically handing him the $10 million, man, for doing them a favor. You know, like what the fuck, dude? You know. I'm surprised that nobody that worked with him ended up taking his ass out right then and there, man. Shit. You know, I think that they could have done it right then and there. You know, I'm like, dude, you know. You know, whatever happens, happens. I mean, well, you know, whatever happens, happens. You know, we're all going to get the wool pulled over our eyes and shit. You know, the whole nothing to see here, folks. Oh shit! Oh my glasses, Oh my glasses. So I mean, it's like pretty much we're going to be thanking this guy for removing Bashar al-Assad, but we all know that he'll come back. He'll come back. See, Bashar al-Assad has loyalists. He has loyalists, you know. I mean, come on. And this thing ain't gonna last very long. He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yes, folks, embracing the new puppet that we have installed in Syria. And by the way, we control this man.
Yeah, every time when they have a puppet, things get worse. Things get fucking worse, man. Things get worse for people. And when things get worse, things get really worse, man. You know. The reason they do these puppets thing is to protect a interest. When they put in these puppet people, it's for one thing: protecting an interest. Yeah. Ain't the first time. Alright, guys, this is good old Reverend Ordo. I want to say, if you guys are new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.